And there we have it. New coupler, new safety chains. You insert it on and then you pull the trigger. Welcome back for another video, guys. This video is going to be all about upgrading the boat trailer. We're going to be putting some cool things on it, as well as upgrading everything to stainless steel. So be sure to stay tuned and take a look at what we got coming. I know some of it's overkill, but might as well have it right before we get it out in the water. Am I right? Just go ahead and take a look now. Guys, I went ahead and removed the old coupler. I got some 80 grit sandpaper. Went and sanded off all the rust that was on there. Got it looking a lot better. I'm about to remove this chain, replace the chain, and slap this this new coupler on that actually fits my ball hitch. And after that, then we'll go ahead and get started on that jack. Out with the old, in with the new. We got new safety chains put on. And we just installed this coupler. All stainless steel bolts and nuts. Gonna redo the wiring, but I'm about to hook this up to the back of my truck so I can hold it in place while I go ahead and replace the jack. New chains, new coupler, new jack with the wheel spin swivel. I just removed the old winch. Go ahead and get that off. We're gonna sand that down and install the new one. Trailer winch. I just got to install the handle on this side right here, the turn handle, and this can be removed and replaced with a drill bit, so you can do that with the drill without having to use it by hand. And then you just pull this here and you can rotate the wheel. Well, I got it too low right there right now to rotate the wheel, but you can rotate the wheel right there. I'm going ahead and replacing these old bolts here and a washer with new stainless steel ones. That way, if I ever need to remove this in the future, after years of saltwater use, it shouldn't give me too much of an issue. I'll go ahead and do these bottom four as well as these top four right here. 9/16, pretty straightforward. Went ahead and replaced this rusted out bolt with stainless steel. That should hold down a lot better. I think I got the boat a little bit more level now. I was able to push it and kind of hammer it to the side with a mallet. I basically just hit a mallet up against here until it was more centered. And now the boat is sitting on the trailer more centered. It's still a tiny bit lopsided. I think the bunks on the bottom are messed up. But yeah, we got all stainless steel, zinc plated winch here. Everything all done with stainless, looking good. I'm probably gonna replace these bolts with shorter ones. These are the ones that came with the winch. And I'm pretty sure they're not stainless, pretty sure they're zinc plated. But I'll go ahead and replace those with shorter ones when I get to that. Now all we're needing here is to redo these wheel guards or fenders. I got new ones on Amazon on the way to replace those. We might replace the axle and leaf springs. And then other than that, all that's left is to redo all the wiring. And once the wiring's done, the trailer should be good to roll. We'll have turn lights, blinker lights. We'll have our brake lights, running lights, reverse lights. We'll have all that good stuff installed. I already got the kit for it all, so we just got to wire it up. I'll probably be doing that Friday. I'll use some aluminum flex tubing to put all the wiring in to keep it safe. And we'll use heat shrink and crimp wire connector butts to get it all together. But that trailer is done, at least in the front half of it for the most part. We'll probably have a separate video on the wiring and a separate video on the axles and leaf springs when we get to that. So this is pretty cool here. You just take that and you insert it on, and then you pull the trigger. Make sure it's and it's that easy to get it off the ball. All right, guys, so I'm working on getting the fenders installed. I had to remove the old ones, which were not coming off with ease. These are the old ones here. These bolts, they use these like square locks. Well, they're so old that the bolts like corroded and they would spin endlessly inside of these squares. So I ended up having to take the oscillator saw and I had to slice them out. As you can see, the bolt was actually still stuck in there. It got like deformed, I guess. So that's kind of stuck in there. I'll work on getting that out. I got this one on this side as well. That needs to come out. I think I almost got it. Just trying to twist it out right now. I'll definitely get a puncher and punch those out. But we're just getting the mounts for the fenders installed. So as you can see over there, I basically preset up the fender, slid it in, took a Sharpie and scribed my holes where they needed to be to mount. And then I removed that piece, went through and drilled my holes in. I believe I used a 3/16. I drilled my holes in using a metal rated drill bit. And once the holes were put in, I grabbed my excess ones for the other side. Basically, I'll take that back apart and installed them. I went ahead and replaced the bolts and nuts that came with it with stainless steel so it'll last longer. But now it's just time to go ahead and install the actual plastic. Now that I got the first dimensions, all I needed to do was measure how far back from the leaf spring I need to go to get the hole on the opposite side, as well as how deep from the edge of this frame each hole is for this mount on this front part and that center frame piece. So once I measured those, I just took it back to this other side over here and went ahead and scribed with my Sharpie where the holes are gonna need to be. And now I'm about to go through and drill them. And then I'll go ahead and attach the plastic fenders on top, see how it looks. Pro tip for all the noobs out there like myself, start off with a smaller drill bit, then a medium, and work your way up to the size you actually need when you're drilling into hard metal. Not only will that save your drill bits and keep them sharp for a lot longer, but it'll make it a lot easier on you trying to drill in. So that helps out a lot when drilling these holes for these fenders. Pro tip here, make sure to take any bolts or nuts or washers or lock nuts or anything you have that you want to replace with stainless. Go ahead and put it in a little bag or take it with you to Home Depot and find exact replicas in stainless or the closest fit you can. That way everything on your trailer and boat lasts as long as possible. All right guys, so I got these fenders off Amazon. I don't really recommend them. They're really flimsy and the hardware they give you to install it is not good enough to keep this from bending. I put my full body weight, 230 pounds, and it sagged down. But I went ahead and self-tapered it in, self-tapered here to the plastic on both sides and self-tapered it into the frame. And it's a lot more sturdy now. It definitely is a good step. You can step on it, but as you see, it's bending on the edge. But if you step right over that metal, it's good enough to get into the boat. I'm going ahead and installing those on both sides. They mostly help with keeping the rocks from flying up and hitting the side of the boat, which is kind of looks like it happened often, but that'll secure it. It's a little bit bigger than the tires I have, but it'll get the job done, and I made sure there's enough clearance, so we're good there. So when I was installing these fenders, this front ledge lined up perfectly with the frame and allowed me to get like a good leverage to where when you step on it, it doesn't bend up like that. Compared to in the back, it wasn't like that. I didn't have frame to put it there, so whenever you would step here, the metal would bend and this would sag a bunch. But I went ahead and made an upgrade, and now it's way more solid. You can step on it with a lot of force. What I did is I ran a piece of aluminum all the way through both sides, all the way down, and then self-tap screwed it in. And now, whenever you push down on this, it's all in a system together, and it creates leverage to keep it from bending. So I'm able to put a lot more body weight on it, if not all of my body weight now. I just got to install the screws on the other side, and then we'll test it and make sure that it's good to stand on. All right, here comes the official test. I'm about to put most of my body weight on this left side. Just gonna hold on to the boat, just in case. Oh yeah, all my body weight is supported. Now we're talking. Front side, oh yeah. These can now actually be used as steps. If you look down there as I push down, the metal does move a little bit. It's just some thin aluminum, so if you use a thicker metal to do what I did there, it'll definitely benefit you more. It'll allow it to be more secure. So, I mean, that's just a slight little DIY upgrade that I did. I also self-tapered these in, the plastic into the metal. It didn't originally come like that, or didn't ask for you to do that, but I did it just for safety. And now I am confident when a friend jumps on my boat and they jump on one of these, they're not gonna break it off. So should be good and secure. Really straightforward and simple. I put it on the underside, that way it's far enough away from the boat to where it's not gonna ever touch the boat whenever I'm loading it in. I'm about to replace the rollers, so it'll be actually touching the bottom of the boat and it'll be more secure. And there we have it, guys. We got new fenders on both sides, as well as all updated hardware. The new coupler, the new safety chains, the new jack, the new boat winch. All the bolts have been replaced with stainless steel. I think the trailer is good to go. We got the back fender on both sides installed. All that's left now is the wiring, the bunks, and the guideposts, but that'll be in another video. But that'll be it for the updates on the trailer. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, hope you guys have a good one. Wish me luck. The very next video will be the wiring process of all of this, so stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe. I'm out.
And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out